God, I hate losing to Edmonton. All right, let's rip the Band-Aid off. Bruins lose 3-2 against the Edmonton Oilers. Welcome back to Into the Den. Uh, this hurt. This hurt. Not only was this the not only was this a bad loss to a team to a very beatable team, but it ended up being a loss that prohibited us from potentially being the fastest team in NHL history to receive a an invite to the playoffs. Game 63 would have been the fastest any team in the NHL had made up the playoffs in the 63 game seat in the 82 game era. Uh, and it also prevented us from making our from having our 50th win. And but guess you can't win them all. Guess you can't really expect to continue a torrid streak as the Bruins have had, especially when you suck so much ass on the power play. But we'll talk about that. Well, Bruins have won in the last 10 straight. This seems good, and it is good. But the Bruins have also been 5 for their last 50 on the power play. That's not good. That is very not good. The Bruins have sucked on the power play. Uh, if I seem a little bit more off the cuff, 617 lager, 617 lager, pretty good stuff. Not my favorite from Sam Adams. Not Sam Adams. Not my favorite from Lord Hobo, but it's still pretty decent. Anyway, the Bruins absolutely dominated the first period. There's nothing that can be denied from that. I mean, of course, it's a 60-minute game, and you'd rather dominate 40 minutes than 20 minutes, but still, Bruins were absolutely insane on that in that first period. The Oilers defense absolutely breaks down horribly and allows Marchand to just walk right in and score on the first shot of it that Stuart Skinner faces. Bruins are up 1-0 in less than 3 minutes into the game. On that power play, actually no, not on the power play. Zach Hyman a little bit later would end up going for holding on Bergeron, and on that power play, Jake DeBrusk and Matthias Ekholm would collide with each other. DeBrusk would end up going down hard. He needed to be taken off by trainers. He would be seen later on the bench later that period, and he would be back for the rest of the period. But still, not great to see that, and especially not great to see us to see uh, uh, that drought go to 5 for 51. And then Evander Kane ends up going for holding, and we almost taste greatness. David Krejci cosplaying as Pasternak. He loves his Czech brother so much. He wants to be him so bad. He ends up he sets himself up right in that same spot, right on that left face off, right on that face off dot that you know and love. Of he he sets himself up there, and he just absolutely blasts it on net. It past Stuart Skinner to put the Bruins up 2. Turns out Pavel Zaka was pretty offsides. It's to start the offensive zone on entry. So that goal ends up getting called back. We still have a minute 21 on the power play. How do we do? It ends up going 5 for 52. Ends up going 5 for 52. God damn it! But it does not mean that the Bruins do not play well for the rest of the period. The Bruins still commanding all of the offensive zone on time in the first period, and especially during the last minute. During the last minute, David Pastrnak uh, 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 fires on net with like half a second left, and it goes in. It goes in. It goes in with 0.3 seconds on the clock. God damn. I don't know what you do if you're Stuart Skinner. I'm like, what? I'm like, this is gonna Jay is gonna chew me out in the locker room. And I guess whatever Jay Woodcroft ended up saying to Skinner in the locker room ended up working because he did decently well for the rest of the period. I mean, for the rest of the game. I mean, the rest of the game, the Bruins did not get nearly as many quality opportunities as they did in the first period. Which, again, you kind of want more quality opportunities over the course of 40 minutes than you want over 20. But still, the Bruins are shutting down McDavid and Draisaitl. You say they both only have one shot each, even going into the third period. You say, but that doesn't stop the fact that Grzelcyk ends up blowing a tire, and that caused the Oilers to get a 4-on-1, and Evan Bouchard just top shelves it to cut the lead to 1. Now, everybody and the mother is saying, "See, this is why Grzelcyk is so much is so bad. This is why he's been getting scratched." Honestly, Grzelcyk is, aside from if you cut out McAvoy and Lindholm, Grzelcyk is our best defenseman. Grzelcyk is the third best defenseman on the team, and the only one even remotely giving him a run for his money there is probably Dmitry Orlov. There was a lot of conversation on Twitter about the Forbort and Grzelcyk pair. Honestly, there was one person carrying that pair, and it wasn't Forbort. It was Grzelcyk. Everybody likes to say, look at Forbort on the penalty kill. Oh, look at how bad our penalty kill is without Forbort. Forbort is good on the penalty kill. He's not great many other places. Is Grzelcyk? Sure he does stuff like that sometimes, but every player does stuff like that sometimes. Grzelcyk, honestly, is a fantastic defenseman. It is surprising that it's honestly Grzelcyk deserves so much more credit than he gets. Like again, I'm a little bit hazy. I'm not real. I'm not real. My mind not really in it right now. But but Grzelcyk, legitimately a fantastic defenseman who gets crapped on so often in by Bruins media and by Bruins fans, and and I just don't understand it. He is legitimately a really good defenseman. Stop. It's like you pair him with McAvoy and you expect the world, and you expect the earth, the moon, and the sun from him. But and like, yeah, he gives you that some nights, and sometimes he doesn't. Everybody's gonna have off nights, and this was probably one from Grzelcyk. I don't I don't fault him. I don't fault him. And I think the reason why he's been getting rest more than Carlo is because he's been getting worked a little bit more. He's been getting worked a little bit more than Carlo, especially after Monty realized that the two better pairings were Grzelcyk McAvoy and Forbort Carlo. Oh, that I think Grzelcyk is not the problem on the Bruins. That the TLDR of it is that Grzelcyk is not the problem on the Bruins defense. Anyway, Swayman, honestly, this game he played all right. I think honestly a good chunk of the I think honestly a good chunk of the Bruins the I think honestly a good chunk of the reason behind the the loss for this one was Bruins defense. Carlo didn't really have a great game. Carlo, especially on that third uh, goal. Sure, the Bruins get sure you would ideally want a save from Swayman there, but it's hard when Carlo is sort of just pushing the guy who's screening more into Swayman's way. Actually, sorry, he was pushing him away, so he wasn't. So Carlo was actually giving Swayman a better chance, but still, I don't think Carlo played in an amazing game. Um, but I guess let's get to the third period. McLeod ends up getting the puck at the top of the like the like the bottom of the slot, right near the crease. Is he just gets a what he just gets a it's a one-on-one shot with Swayman, and nobody is guarding the low slot. I don't understand why. Why is nobody there? Why is nobody there? And it allows McLeod to score. Allows McLeod to score. The Bulls are just not playing great for the third period. This was honestly one of the least interested. This was honestly one of the least interested. Like freaking one of the least interested periods I've seen the Bruins play, and it absolutely reflected in the score sheet, especially with Darnell Nurse just blasting the puck from five, from like the freaking blue line right through Swayman's 5 hole. And you can say, Omar could have had that. Yes, Omar could have had that, but at the same time, and yes, you would want a save from Swayman there, but at the same time, why the hell? Why the hell is the defense playing so lax? Why is the defense playing so lax? And why? Oh my God, the offense. Charlie Coyle, I am begging you, Charlie, take a goddamn shot. Take a shot, my guy. The entire game, it felt like the entire offense was like waiting for good shots, not trying to not forcing not forcing the shot. It's uh, down down the Oilers' throats. And yes, sometimes you need to wait for a good shot to open up, because if you don't, you end up playing a bit too hard, too fast, and uh, they they tell the story through a sad song of how you lived so fast and died so young. I don't know, uh, but at the same time, you keep putting shots on net, and that is how you end up putting the pressure on. That's how you generate the pressure that forces them to make mistakes that end up leading to goals. That has been the Bruins' MO. That has been their modus operandi for the longest time. Put the pressure on to and so that they can't do anything, and you end up forcing their mistakes. You end up forcing their hand into bad play. Tonight, they just rested on their laurels, doing, yeah, we got this. This will be fine. Did we force McDavid and Draisaitl to get absolutely nothing out of this game? Sure, sure. We even saw McDavid limp off the ice without doing anything to him. That was kind of funny. I think it was Zach Hyman and uh, and just running into him um, and completely unprovoked. Just I don't know. I really don't know. But anyway, Bruins do not clinch tonight, and uh, and after this, we get two games back to back against the Red Wings. I will also say the thing that made this game a lot less tolerable for me was the fact that it was on ESPN Plus. ESPN Plus is bad. I don't like it. Oh, it's killing the game. Oh, it's doing this. It sucks. It sucks. Their broadcast team sucks. ESPN's broadcast team is so bad. It sucks. It is awful. Granted, most broadcast teams that don't granted most Bruins games that do not have the privilege of being commentated by Jack Edwards and Andy Brickley, they feel kind of soulless. But I don't understand why. I don't understand why the ESPN's broadcast team in particular is so bad. Yeah, the way and Bruins fans on Twitter, you are absolutely right. It definitely felt like they were. It definitely felt like they were rooting against the Bruins on the broadcast team openly. It was kind of frustrating. I will say, but I think honestly, the thing that frustrated me most about this is that this was heart contender versus heart contender, and technically, our heart contender came. Actually, no, this wasn't heart contender versus heart contender because Olmark wasn't playing. Which, by the way, more people need to be discussing Olmark for heart. Enough in the narrative that that only forwards can win the heart nowadays. It's like yes, McDavid is doing something that we have not seen at all in the salary cap era, and that man is going to break he's going to break the point the salary cap points point streak points record of 128 set by Nikita Kucherov in 2018-19. He's going to break that probably by the end of next week. But come on, Allmark, Allmark, the best goalie in the league in wins, in save percentage, and goals against average. I can't even name the last time a goalie won the triple crown like that. Anyway, back to back against Detroit. First one's here. First one on Saturday is here. Second one on Sunday starts a 5 game road trip. It starts a 5 game road trip in which we play 5 games over the course of 8 days. That's gonna be fun. Well, if the Bruins really want to prove that they deserve to be to clinch the playoffs this easily, this quickly, score a freaking goal on the power play. Preferably one that actually stays. Preferably one that actually stays. You are seventh in the league in power play percentage. Play like it. Play like it. I swear to God, this power play is making me just as mad as when we went over 39 in last season. Anyway, that's it. Thank you all so much for watching. Uh, I want to get some much needed rest. Uh, and yeah, I will see you guys on Saturday. Take care.